Welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garciaparra. The Dodgers able to get it done. They salvaged 1 out of 3 in San Francisco. Yes, it is still a losing road trip for them, but at least it's a happy flight home. And they also turned the tables on the Giants. The Giants shut out the Dodgers 3-0 less than 24 hours ago. Dodgers 3-0 over the Giants today. Jerry, Tyler Glasnow, 8 dominant innings, allowed just 1 hit. 9 strikeouts.
I mean, dominant is an understatement. He was outstanding. Everything working. That fastball command, great breaking ball. He was a man on a mission. Not just this game, really to start his season. This guy's a different type of player or pitcher, but a difference maker, and he knew we needed that win today. We got it.
We said the Dodgers have just a plethora of aces, right? Anybody could be an ace on any other staff. You got Yamamoto, you got Shohei, and you got Tyler Glasnow. And he needed to step up. He needed to be that stopper. I know it was only a couple losses, but at the same time, salvaged the series against your rival Giants, and he did exactly that. Got the job done. He was incredible. Going out there, shutting down the hitters. You had only 3 guys reach base, and one of them was on an error, and then he gets a double play ball right after that. Everything he had, it was working. He was in control, in command. Didn't really have a whole lot of stressful innings. Maybe the only one was that first inning, and he finished it off with 2 Ks right there when there was a man in scoring position.
Yeah, and the Dodgers in the first 2 games of the series, they only managed 1 run against the Giants, so Dave Roberts shuffled a few things with his lineup today. One of those moves was putting Kyle Tucker down a bit into the 4th spot, and Tucker responded with a 2-hit day. Let's hear from King Tuck with Kirsten Watson.
Well, Kyle, you guys picked up this win today. When you look at just your offense, 2 hits, I know that Dave Roberts ahead of the game, he told us that he spoke with you about switching a few things up. Just maybe you can get a few different looks at the plate. How did you find batting in the 4-hole today? And then, of course, getting the results.
Being there's fine. I mean, wherever I am in the lineup, trying to help this team win, I'll do it. Yeah, kind of been a little bit of a grind, but able to get a couple knocks today. I mean, they made some good pitches the last couple days, especially ones, down and away on the corners. I mean, even the last one you saw clip the down and away corner right there. So, I mean, sometimes you just got to tip your cap and just move on, but just kind of grinding through it right now.
When you look at just the results today, would you say it's more kind of what you were seeing from Logan Webb, or is that kind of a tribute to just the work you've been putting in the cage right now and looking to get some consistency?
It depends. I mean, first at bat, I threw good slider down in, I clipped it, and then the cutter up and in. And then after that, I got change up over middle away over the heart of the plate somewhat. So that was just kind of a pitch I'd be able to hit, and then cutter next at bat, kind of up and in, but didn't get it quite there as he did the first at bat. So I was able to get that, and then. Kind of just depends. I mean, sometimes you just got to tip your cap, like I said. They're making good pitches out there. It's tough, but just got to try and hit the mistakes sometimes.
Obviously, in this series, starting pitching has been fantastic. Today, Tyler Glasnow, 8 shutout innings. What was it like just playing defense behind him? And what were you seeing? I know you were in the outfield, but what were you seeing from him on the mound?
I mean, he's been great for us. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job. He goes out there and gives his all every single same with Vest. But, I mean, he's a phenomenal pitcher. He's been doing this for a while, and it's just another one of Tyler Glasnow starts right there.
All right, now the Cubs are coming in town. Are you looking forward to seeing your former team?
Yeah. A lot there. I was watching their game earlier today before our game started, and they've been playing well lately. So going to be a good series. So hopefully we can get some wins out of that and continue playing good ball.
Yeah, and hopefully carry over what you were able to do today with 2 hits today. Kyle, congrats on this win. It should be a happy flight back to Los Angeles.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Certainly will be a happy flight for Kyle Tucker, getting a couple of base hits in San Francisco after an 0-for-8 start to his series against the Giants. Tyler Glasnow, really the story of the day. Look what he did with the 8 shutout innings, allowing just 1 base hit, a single off the bat of Luis Arraez, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk, 105 pitches to get through 8 innings after that first inning. Nomar, he was incredibly efficient. And it was also interesting to see how much he threw his sinker today, because he only threw 1 sinker in the first game of this road trip against the Rockies, threw 47 of them today.
Yeah, it's understanding what also is working for you at the time and what you feel. and it seemed like him and Dalton Rushing were on the same page, so they were going with the sinker an awful lot. He still had that breaking ball and knew that. And there was one time in the game where he really was shaking Dalton Rushing, and he wanted that curveball, and ended up getting the strikeout after that. But that sinker was working for him. The other thing was great about the sinker too is when you're getting ahead, especially early on, and you're putting guys away, it forces the other team to say, we can't get behind. We have to be a little bit more aggressive, especially if he's throwing that first pitch strike. So that sinker comes into play even more because now you're pitching to contact, which allows you to become more efficient and go deeper in the game, and he did that.
You know, to this day, I love watching the matchup pitchers versus hitters. The hitters are going to let you know. The hitters are going to let you know when you're off and you leave stuff over the middle of the plate, they're going to square it up. And they're also going to let you know when you are on your A game, and they did. I mean, look at the reactions you're getting. Look at that swing. He even gives a nod. Hey, you know what? Great pitch. My goodness. This ball is 6 to 10 inches off. Get the swing and miss. This running fastball, staring at him, slams the helmet. Yeah, he's frustrated, of course. This guy had everything moving. Great movement. Talk about this sinker. Outstanding curveball. Really good slider. Devastating fastball as well. That started at his head and ended down his ankles. And you're kind of at a mercy when a guy like a Tyler Glasnow, when he has 4 pitches working and 3 of them are absolutely elite, you're up there almost guessing. I hope he pitches this location with this speed and I get the barrel to it. If not, it's going to be tough sledding. Guess what? It was tough sledding for the Giants.
There are a lot of times when you're a hitter and when you see, especially his breaking ball, any pitcher's breaking ball, you see that ball kind of go up above his hand, right? And you're looking at the trajectory of it and you're going, okay, you want to see that up, and you're thinking, okay, this is one that's a hanging breaking ball. That's the one I want to swing at. Well, when he lets one up and he's so tall, it goes up, but it has so much break, it ends up being a ball that you're thinking about, this is the one I want to hit. And next thing you know, you're like, how is that ball that far down? That's how much break deception and that he has on his pitches. Is impressive.
All right, let's get right to the highlights on this Thursday afternoon up there in the Bay Area. Dodgers and Giants. 3-0 is the final over the Giants. They improved to 17-8. Tyler Glasnow's 3-0 now on the young season after going 8 shutout innings, the 1 hit, 9 strikeouts. Tanner Scott, his first save of the year. Kyle Tucker, 2 for 4 with a double, and Hae-Sung Kim, also 2 for 4, had an RBI and his 4th stolen base. Tyler Glasnow followed up his best outing of the season as we take a look at what's coming up on the schedule. A 6-game homestand for the Dodgers, Friday and Saturday. Games are exclusive to Apple TV and Fox, respectively, but we'll be back on the air Sunday for the series finale against the Cubs, and then all 3 games with the Marlins. Saturday is Roki Sasaki bobblehead night. He's also going to be pitching. Want to make sure you arrive to the stadium early for that one. Tyler Glasnow, absolutely outstanding today with those 8 shutout innings. We will hear from Glasnow. Carl's Jr. moment of the game, Jerry. Hae-Sung Kim had himself a multi-hit game and also this RBI, base hit to score Max Muncy.
I love that he went the other way on the line. Great job of hitting. And here comes Max Muncy scoring that run. Hae-Sung Kim continue putting the ball in play, using that speed and picking up big RBIs just like that. Guys like Max Muncy will fly to score that run.
Tyler Glasnow has now made 5 career starts at Oracle Park.
Say first, Tyler Glasnow. I mean, he has truly been excellent in these last 2 outings. 7 innings in Denver, of course, the 8 today. When you look at just where he is, and I know you've said this is kind of who he is, but what was so special about this outing for him today?
He just knew we needed to win, and I think all 3 of our guys that went out as far as starters did their jobs. And today we're kind of on a little funk offensively, and he set the tone. And the first hitter just looked a little shaky, but then he settled in and really righted the ship throughout, and the stuff continued to get better, and we needed it. Helped the pen, got us a win. And like I said before, this is who he is, and so for me it's just not surprising. I felt good about pushing him today.
One of the themes for this group this year has really been the bottom of the order when they're able to get going and how that can put runs on the board. What were you seeing, just whether it was Hae-Sung Kim, Alex Freeland, and kind of guys there getting things going today?
Yeah, those 2 guys in particular had 2 nice days. Getting on base and Alec or Hae-Sung getting the 2-out hit, Free getting a couple knocks or a knock and a walk, getting on base, and both playing sound defense. And I know Hae-Sung made the 1 error, but just at the bottom, just the at-bat quality. And it was good to see Tuck, getting in the 4 and then, feeling comfortable there, throwing out a couple hits, and that was good to see. So yeah, just across the board, just a well-played baseball game.
Dave, before the game, you talked about what you were looking for hitters when they recalibrate, and I believe you said line drives up the middle is a good place to start. Kyle Tucker goes out and does exactly that. What was different about the quality of at-bats that you saw from him today?
I just felt that, that double to left center field was, for me, that's his swing. And he hit it on a line and a stand-up double, and then he got a fastball up, which is his nitro zone, and pulled a fastball hard to right field. And then even the called third strike, I felt that was a good take, and they challenged it, overturned, but good at bat. So I think for me, it's like if we can just get him kind of that mind, things will take off from there.
Taylor, well, this is now 2 excellent back-to-back innings. I want to kind of just start from the beginning, though. How did you find after that first inning of work? Pitch count got a little bit up just to a few long at-bats, but really settling in to be so efficient, to put yourself in a position to get through 8 innings of work today.
Yeah, I think just a little tense early on, kind of trying a little too hard, and I think as the game went on, I was just thinking about keeping my hands and my body loose and talking with Connor and Mark in between, and I just think I got into a good place as the game went on.
You look at just how you were navigating through their lineup. I mean, last week with Denver, it was a little bit more fastball heavy. This today, more sinker. Is that just feel, or was that more game plan for you?
A little bit of both. I think not throwing it last week put me in a good spot to show it a lot more, and I think just throwing it in the game, it just felt a lot better too. I was more behind it. I could locate it a little bit more, and slider felt good off of it. So I think it was more probably both.
Today was the same kind of trend that you had this entire season, where a lot of your strikeouts are coming with the curveball. How have you been able to shape the 2 different type of curveballs to use it as that strikeout pitch?
Yeah, I think just early on trying to throw it for strikes, throw it a little slower, spike it, and then when I want to put a guy away with it, I'll just keep both fingers on it and just try to throw it hard. But I think that got a little better as the game went on. It was a little inconsistent, but I had good feel with it overall.
When you come out of the game and you see one hit, do you think back to Ariza's single in the 4th inning, or you can't think that way?
No, I think it was just early enough to if it happened in the 7th or the 8th maybe, but I think it was just the 4th inning when it happened, so I don't really think about it.
What has been the process of kind of reincorporating that sinker as a more kind of primary pitch for you over the last couple of years? What has it given you now, especially on days like today?
Yeah, I think just having 2 heaters in general. It's not, especially if it's inconsistent, it's 1 of 2 options. I think some days a 4-seam works, some days a 2-seam works. It's just having another option to go to, and then inning by inning it kind of changes as well. So I think it kind of gives me my 4-seam cuts a little bit, and then the 2-seam runs quite a bit. So it's just so much to cover. And then I can play my slider and my curveball off of those. So it's really helped me out a lot, and I think starting to incorporate it more has been made pitching a lot easier for sure.
Obviously, you started your rehab assignment yesterday. How are you feeling today coming out of it? The pitch count got up, so it does seem like in regard to that aspect, you're in a really good spot.
Yeah, no, I felt great. Pitching again it just felt awesome. I was really happy with that. Stuff-wise, I'll clean that up, get it better. The bottom of the mound, I kept slipping. I don't know why, but that was tough for me. So I'll have to take that into play. But overall, I felt good. Stuff was good. I like the confidence, the prep before the game, how I felt. It was good. Yeah.
When you look at just your rehab assignment, Dave Roberts said the goal is to get you up to about 5-75. What's the focus for you, though? And obviously, the health is in a really good spot, your shoulder-wise, but how do you kind of go about working through your execution and managing your build-up?
Yeah, the first 2 starts are for me, I'm very patient. I just want to see how I feel, how I respond, what's working, what's not working. If, off-speed's really good, fastball's really good, I want to learn how they're playing. And then after those first 2 starts, that's when you get more aggressive on, okay, now we need to make it happen. The shapes need to be what I want them. They need to finish where I want them to finish, and then you go from there. But the first couple, very patient and just learning where you're at and not trying to force anything.
When you're looking at how this rehab assignment's playing out, would it be fair to say it's a normal spring training progression?
I mean, people say that, yeah, but I just look at it I got a couple starts to get ready and then pitch in the big leagues. So for me, yeah. You can look at it that way. I'm not looking at it that way. I'm just kind of I'm going to pitch, I'm going to learn, pitch, learn, and then, it's been a long time, so I'm ready to pitch, and that was so much fun for me. So yeah, I can't wait for the next one.
Shoulder feel full strength, normal?
Yeah, I feel great. Yeah, it bounced back great. I don't feel anything right now. I feel normal. So really happy about that. But I wouldn't pitch if I felt off. I would just wait until I felt great. And yeah, right now I feel great.
So how many more do you need?
I mean, I think 5 and 75 is where they want me to get to, so whatever that is for them. My goal is to dominate innings and try to use as least amount of pitches as possible, and that'll push the hand, or I'll have to go to the bullpen and throw. But yeah, the first two will be a lot of patience, learning, figuring out where I'm at, and then after that, that's when I'll hit the gas pedal and really go.
Was 2 innings like the plan for yesterday, 2 or 3?
2. Yeah, 2 and 35 was the plan. Yeah.
Good when you all are.
Tony Glasnow obviously had super good stuff today. What was it in particular that was giving your guys trouble?
Ahead of guys, which is obviously a common theme when that goes well for that long of a game, but able to get in on righties. It seemed like fastball in on lefties is what I meant to say. Opposite side hitters. And then the curveball was a factor, which it kind of always is, but it was a factor today. And, for whatever reason, it wasn't a very offensive series, even though you look up and down the 9-man lineups, and then even some of the guys that played off the bench in particular for them, there's a lot of firepower in there, but it was a, strong defense and pitching orientated series, and their guy just had a little bit better of a go at it than us today.
What are you seeing from Logan? This is like the roughest stretch of his career, over 5 or 6 games. What did you think of him today?
Yeah. Is that statistical? You guys? Yes?
Yeah.
Sure. No, I know what you're saying. And I'm not questioning you. I'm just wondering if that's kind of what it is, because I know at different times we look back there and, to us, I know a big thing is that first outing, just on paper, was a little bit of a scar or a black eye there, and you're kind of treading water, running in sand, however you want to phrase it, trying to make up for that or make that go away. That's tough to do in, 1, 2, 3 outings. So, maybe at times he was being either too hard on himself or trying a little too hard to erase the past or, make up for things like that. And again, these are just my theories, but if you just hone in on today, it's just not going to happen. I'm all for us doing it down the road, but to hold their entire lineup down for 3 straight days is just not something that you'd go to Vegas and roll the dice on. So to me, he had a strong outing today. I know there's a couple pitches he'd like to take away. Maybe you take a walk away. Maybe you take, one other pitch selection away. But otherwise, he was really good for us. And we didn't have that many opportunities. Last night our defense played a big factor. Today we had a couple opportunities to do something outstanding. I mean, in my opinion, no one, failed to do something. But, Ramos makes a great throw. The ball just kind of died when it hit the grass. And maybe we do something different in one of those other plays, and it's only 1 or 2 runs. So my rambling is to state my case unintelligently because we're on the spot right after the game, but I thought he did what he needed to do for us today. It's Webby, so he's always going to want to do better. But obviously you got to score at least 1 if you want to win. And then, against this team, you're probably going to have to get more than 1.
It probably didn't wind up factoring it at all, but Drew, we're used to seeing such good throws from Drew. Is his shoulder okay? Kind of dribbled that one.
Yeah, more than fine. I think, he's actually, the throw in Washington came up throwing like a madman, and it was very accurate. And then today, all juiced up to throw that one in where Muncy scored. So, yeah, more than fine. The ones left short, I just think in general, when those balls are hit to the wall as an outfielder, your job's to get it in as quick as possible, and it's amongst chaos, but some air under the throw would help. But there wasn't lack of air under the throw because of health. He's good. You guys are?
How did that feel just pitch-wise compared to some of the previous ones?
You know, it's weird. I honestly thought that was probably one of the better ones I've thrown this year. Just wish a couple pitches I could take back in that one inning. But you know, Patty did a great job. Defense was great. But yeah, just you know, you're gonna play against a good team like this. You gotta keep it a closer game, I would say, and it's still on me. So still working, still trying to get back to, you know, what I'm expecting of myself, and you know, wish I could have kept it closer.
Logan, Tony was just saying that sometimes you're kind of hard on yourself. Is that a good thing, or is that potentially sometimes detrimental for you?
Probably a little bit of both, to be honest. But the best guys I've ever been around were always kind of hard on themselves. You know, I expect myself to be the best version of myself every time I pitch, and every day I'm in here in between outings, and yeah, I need to be better. I know that, and so like I said, sometimes it's good things. I think there's a positive way of doing it, and there's also a negative way of doing it. And I've probably been on the more negative side, but I'm okay with that. I feel like sometimes you need to be hard on yourself.
As a pitching staff, you guys hold them to 6 runs through the 3 games. You take the series. I mean, is that something that you guys can build some confidence off of?
I think you know, if we need to look at every series the exact same way. It's not that who cares who we face. And I think if you stack series wins at the end of the season, you're going to look up and you're going to be happy with how the season went. So, yeah, definitely, you know, it was fun watching these guys play the first 2 games, and then today I was super excited. Like I said, wish I could have kept it closer and, you know, have a easier shot at it at the end. But yeah, proud of the guys for you know, playing. So on to the next. That's it.
What did you give you the extra day this time? So they kind of moved you up and had you on turn the first couple.
No, I was on the same one. They moved Roop up a day, and then Malley a day back.
Okay.
But I was on the same one.
You're okay.
Yes, 5 games. I've been on the. It's weird that early in the season there's a lot of off days. Haven't thrown on. I think I've had 1 outing where it's on a normal 5-day rest. So I think the next month is pretty much 5-day rest the whole time. So, or 4-day rest technically. Kind of excited to get back to that.
Logan, it's obviously still early, and you guys have been really more concerned with yourselves than anything else. But does taking 2 or 3 from the Dodgers here still sort of mean something a little extra?
Yeah, I mean, anytime we play these guys, it's always a little extra, right? There's, and it's one of the best rivalries in sports. So, just like excited that we showed a lot of grit the first, you know. All 3 games, to be honest. I know it didn't go the way we wanted to today, but felt, you know, good in the clubhouse. It didn't seem like we were too amped up or too excited to face these guys. You know, I know who they are. Everyone knows who they are, but at the end of the day, you got to treat every opponent as the same.
Ohtani was asked after the game last night, is this the Giants pitching, is it you? And he sort of said maybe a little bit of both. How did you feel about your guys' game plan against Ohtani this series? How would you describe it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't. Said the fact that he threw 100 pitches yesterday and had to hit, and then probably slept, I don't know, 7-8 hours, and then come back and hit today. It's got to be exhausting. I mean, it's really impressive to watch, to see what he does every single day. Like I said, the fact that he can even, you know, he was the starting pitcher yesterday, and he's leading off today and running around. It's as a baseball fan, it's cool to watch. So, but to answer your question, I don't know.
Probably not even shouldn't ask, but rushing yesterday talked about. You know, the whole thing with Jung-Hoo and what it looked like he said when Jung-Hoo was hurt. And then again today, obviously, didn't really look like there was any intent. What would you say about hitting rushing?
What thing with Jung-Hoo?
Oh, he was on video. It looked like he was saying kind of something disparaging when Jung Hoo was hurt.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Where were you trying to go with that pitch?
Just fastball inside.
Only one in the lineup to reach base against Glasnow. Just what made him such a tough AB today?
I mean, Glasnow is one of the best pitchers in the league. So, everybody knows Glasnow can do. And he did a really good job today. So, we just continue play hard and let's see what happens tomorrow. And then the good thing is we win the series. So, we just need to keep continue winning the series.
You've obviously played a lot against the Dodgers here the last few years. Taking a series from them in particular, does that mean anything about you guys and where you are right now after a little bit of a slow start?
Yeah, I mean, Dodgers, San Diego, Arizona, for me, they are the same thing. So we just need to go there and play the game. So we just need to go there and enjoy and try to win series, like I say.
Because I think it was in the sixth inning, Rushing gets hit, and then on that double play ball, he slides, and it's a couple feet outside of the baseline. Just what did you make of that slide?
The umpire say it's double play because he slide to Willie feet, and then that's, for me, it's not no good. It's not good baseball there. So it's not clean baseball there. So we just, thanks God Willie's good, and then we made the double play.
Do you think that was dirty?
I mean, it's dirty, but for me, this is baseball for me.
What did you think of the pitching staff for you guys? You held them to 4 runs this series.
I mean, like I say every time, we have a really good relievers, especially Logan Webb did a really good job today. So he lost the game, but he pitched really good. So we just need to continue play hard and then try to score some room for the pitchers.
Hey, Luis, you guys are playing well. You're winning series. You haven't gotten a lot out of Rafi yet. I know you haven't played with him very long, but are you expecting that to change? Are you expecting that to turn around soon?
Oh,
Rafi?
Devers?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a player. He's an all-star, so it's still early. He got, I think, 100 AB already, but it's a long season. So I think he just need to keep continue work, and I trust him. I trust everybody here. So we just need to put together and then play the game.